So I hope everyone out there had a fantastic new year. Happy New Year's to you. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. So I bought this pack of beer. So before I throw it away, I see this here. And then look, if I scan it, holiday meal for some fatty, some family. So of course I go through, I scan it, and I think a family got a meal. So I do some research, find out New Belgium is doing a collaboration with a organization called the FarmLink Project. And the FarmLink Project, their whole mission is to basically take food that people aren't going to use, because we make so much food, okay? Like, there's no doubt about that. It's crazy. Like, we could feed everybody in the world like 2 times over, but people aren't getting that food. So their mission is to take that food that no one's using, essentially, and get it into the mouths of hungry people, which I think is really cool, you know, and a really positive thing. And also they do something with CO2 emissions and reducing the CO2 emissions. And I don't know, apparently like $1 feeds like a lot of people. So I don't know how they do it, but hey, that's really cool to me. And I think that's kind of what I want to start this year off with. Yeah, it's like they took this negative situation. People are hungry, there's food we're wasting, and they said, look, we're gonna do something positive with it. We're gonna choose to focus on the positive, and that's gonna be my goal this year. And I can just tell you, the 2022 was just a really rough year for me. And my goal this year for 2023 is not to bench press 300 pounds, it's not to have 1,000 subscribers, it's just to wake up every morning and be thankful and be positive. You know, we've all got our goals, and I think a lot of times we set these big goals at the beginning of the year and then we fail them. And I think a lot of that is because it's so easy to give up on our goals. It's so easy to focus on the negative. It's so easy to say, hey, like, I want to run 10 miles straight. I want to do that this year. I would like to be able to run 10 miles straight, not stopping, not walking. But like, no joke, my foot, every time I run, it hurts right in this area right here. Year 2022 has taught me that there is so much that is out of my control. There's so much that I cannot do. And I can choose to say, focus on the negative. I can say, these bad things have happened to me. And by the way, bad things are gonna happen, and sometimes you need to take a break, and I did. And sometimes you need to take a step back, and 2022 has kind of put things into perspective for me. What I'm saying is, like, maybe you don't reach your ultimate goal. Maybe, you know, it's February and you're like, oh, I'm not where I want to be. Or here's all the reasons I can't do it. For example, all the reasons I can't get to 10 miles this year is because my foot really does hurt a lot. Or I could say, hey, look, I'm actually going to just keep on trying each day. The outcomes, the stuff outside of my control is out of my control. What's inside of my control is my attitude toward it. And, you know, and there's this path you could go, this fork in the road. And one path is you could say, I can't do it, it's impossible. These are all the reasons to say no. Or you could say, hey, look, you know, I feel good about where I'm going, and this makes me happy, and I can be positive. And even if I don't get to this goal, and it's something that I can take away and say, I'm going to make this a positive experience, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to grow from this. Maybe next year I'll get to where I want to be. So that's what I'm going to do this year. The things I have no control over that are negatively impacting me, I'm not going to focus on them in the sense of like bringing me down. I'm going to focus on them in the sense of like, what can I do to make this better? And what can I do to make the best out of a bad situation? And then I'm going to relentlessly pursue a positive mindset. that's the goal. I guess what I'm trying to get at is either you can focus on how messy life is, or you can focus on how good it can taste. Thanks for watching. It means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and following along on our journey. Happy New Year's, everyone.